Welcome back to the Forge. Today is our Obsidian Flames pre-release. Are you feeling excited, Adrian?
Oh yeah, I am super excited. I'm also super jealous of everyone's pull so far. We've already gotten a secret rare Charizard.
Yep.
And my face is not showing it, but I am mega jealous right now.
Yeah,
So
2 gold artisans pulled as well.
Gosh.
A few other illustration rares. So great pulls out on the game room floor there. Now, Adrian and myself, we already played in sort of a pre-release this morning for the staff.
You can call it play. I got slaughtered.
I got lucky enough to pull the Charizard EX and the Dragonite EX. And their full evolution lines. And I just kind of stomped all over everyone, which felt unfair. Maybe
it's just how these
cruel and unusual punishment for Adrian there. But you came in second.
I came in second. It's just how pre-release goes. You just gotta pray to sweet good old baby Jesus that you get the pulls and you pull that sweet Charizard. That's just how it be.
That's
no
how
hard feelings.
So we're the players out on the floor here are just getting their decks finished up, getting their pre-release decks finished up. And for those of you that don't know how pre-releases work, you come in 2 weeks. Usually they start before the set releases, and you can play in a little tournament. You get a little pre-release kit, a build and battle kit, which has a pre-constructed deck in it with a special promo card and 4 packs. You open those 4 packs, you open up that pre-constructed deck, and you mix and match those cards together however you want. You add in whatever energies you want, and you build a 40 card deck, and then play in the pre-release tournament to see who comes out on top. Sometimes there's a little additional extra prizing for those who do well. So fun stuff. If you are interested in doing that, the Forge is also hosting another pre-release at the same time tomorrow. So 1 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday, July 30th. So yeah, come on, stop by. I think it's a $25 entry. You get a cool kit, cool promos, chance to pull that gold Charizard.
Yep. You also get 2 additional packs that you can use to play with, and also if you are one of the featured players on the stream, you do get a what do they call those, play packs?
Yeah, one of the play Pokemon series packs.
Yep.
So yeah, cool stuff. Well, we're just waiting for our players to get ready here. But tell me, Adrian, what are some of the exciting cards you're ready to see here on stream for the pre-release? But not only that, just out of the set in general.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a huge Charizard fan, but that new Pidgeot EX, the one that searches literally for anything you want, feels like a cheat code in the game.
It does for sure.
And I think one of the players pretty much got the Pidgey and the Pidgeot EX in the alternate art.
The alt art.
They look beautiful.
Yeah.
I really hope that we can see it on stream for y'all. That way y'all can see how beautiful these cards are. So
yeah, absolutely. So with that, we will be right back with our round 1 of the pre-release. We'll see you in a few minutes. Welcome back to the Forge's pre-release here. We have our players just getting set up at the table right now. So we will have John here on the left side and Chris on the right. I was talking to John a little bit. Sounds like he had not pulled any EXs. So he might be in trouble, because I did see Christopher as I was walking around. He might have pulled that Tyranitar EX and I think a Clefable EX as well. God, so if he has those evolution lines and he's incorporated them into that deck, John could be in a little bit of trouble here. But we'll see what happens here. Our players obviously still just shuffling up and ready to go. For those of you who don't know, you'll see on our stream here that we have a prize map at the top for each of our players. Normally there would be 6 prizes, but in a pre-release it's only 4 prizes. So that's why you'll see only 4 of those Pokeballs lit up there.
Yep.
But yeah, so Typhlosion EX potentially coming out on the opposing side of the field from John. Maybe a Clefable EX. But pre-releases are always fun because you get to see cards that might not normally be played in the standard format, but you got to play them because you just play what you pull.
Exactly.
So it makes for a very fun format. Very casual, very chill.
Beginner friendly.
Yeah, very beginner friendly.
Yep.
So it looks like we're just about to get the dice roll here to see who's going to go first. Looks like that is a tails, I think. And I think Chris will be going first here then on the right.
I think what a few people don't know either is that I think what was the new Scarlet and Violet era brought out Terrestrialization. It's like, I guess, the new mega evolution, I'll call it, where they have the chandelier on their head essentially. But you'll see that his if John's able to pull it off, this Tyranitar is an electric type, and we all know that Tyranitar is ground and dark, but because of the chandelier on his head, I don't know how that works, he becomes electric.
Electric type.
Yeah. So
very cool.
Pokemon at its finest.
So I'm seeing here that John has a basic and then a lot of energy in hand. And it looks actually on Chris's side, he's got a lot of Pokemon in hand, but
no
not much
energy.
else.
Oh, good old pre-release fashion right here.
Good old pre-release decks.
Gotta love
here.
it.
So look, I'm seeing some Togepi's there. John gives us a nice wave. I'm seeing a Finizen, I think, there in Chris's hand. Some Togepi's, which are kind of the draw engines for these pre-release decks. That Togepi can eventually evolve up into that Togekiss, where at the end of your turn you can draw until you have 8 cards in hand. So Chris just getting his board set up here, setting up those prize cards, and we are good to go.
I think all the promos are relatively good, except for the Mawile, right?
Yeah.
The Mawile, it's kind of probably the unluckiest one that you could get. It's the one that says something about discarding special energy, but there are no special energy in this.
Yes,
so
that is interesting. Yeah.
Let's just hope that no one gets that one. It's a good card, just not for the pre-release.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Adrian, do you want to send word down to the streaming table that we can start here?
Oh, yeah, I should go do that. 1 second.
All right, we are back here. Chris starting off on the right with that Finizen in the active. and 3 Togepi's filling up his bench. So as soon as he gets those Togekisses out, and it looks like he has a Togetic in hand, and then a rare candy and a Togekiss as well. So despite the fact that his hand isn't looking great, he has the evolution to his Palafin there, or his Finizen there with the Palafin in hand. And he's actually got the rare candy to evolve into the Togekiss on his next turn, which means he's at the end of his next turn, he's going to be able to fill that hand up to 8 cards. So actually, you know, not an ideal start for, you know, a turn 1, turn 2, but by turn 3, Chris is going to be moving here.
Yep.
And we're going to start seeing some really good things from him. John, on the other hand,
got a lot of energy.
A lot of energy. What is that card in his active spot? I'm trying to get a look at that. It looks like a... I can't tell what that is, to be honest with you. Is it a dragon type, I think? Anyway, it looks like he is going to Nest Ball here for that Soul Rock. That Soul Rock, for 1 energy, has the... I think it's Call for Family?
It's Call for Family, and then it lets you get
search
2.
Search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench. So a great setup card here for John if he's able to get that Pokemon there out of the active, which I'm trying to see. It might have Free Retreat there, but we'll see what John is able to do here.
I don't want to say that's a Bonsly, and
I don't think that's the Bonsly. You know, it's crazy. I don't know why I can't tell.
Oh, wait, I think I saw it go down. I think it's Dragon Pokemon go down. Oh, that one?
Oh, it's the Drampa.
Drampa.
It's the
that
Drampa
don't look like
there.
no Drampa to me.
Yeah, that's a tough artwork to tell what
world?
that is. But that Drampa, actually, for 2 colorless energy, John was able to get an energy down, and like we said, all he had in hand was really energy, but that Drampa for 2 colors energy does 60 plus 10 more damage for each damage counter on it. So John is going to be able to start attacking next turn, where we already know that Chris is going to have a tough time attacking on turn 2. It's really going to be turn 3 where Chris starts to pop off here, and we see that rare candy.
He might be misplaying here. I might have to mention it. Oh, wait, I think they caught it. Oh, wait, let me...
He's rare candying that Togepi into a Togekiss.
I don't think he's allowed to do that. I'm going to stop him.
No, because John hits his second turn.
Oh, okay, never mind. You're right.
So
then,
my
bad.
Chris actually had the energy to attach to that Palafin as well, or the Finizen as well here. And that Finizen does have a very cool attack on it, where for, I believe...
It's 2... Oh, the
for 1 water energy, it has Brave Evolution. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Then search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon and play it onto the Pokemon to evolve it. So he is going to use that attack. He's going to search his deck. I believe he already had the Palafin in hand, but if he's got more than 1 Palafin, which it looks like he does, he's going to be able to evolve into that Palafin. And that Palafin, actually a very strong card for the pre-release format. It's got 150 HP.
It's a big boy.
And for 2 water energy, if it comes from your bench to your active spot, during your turn, it can do 210 damage, which is a lot of damage.
Many EXs struggle to reach that much, and we have a basic that's just a stage 1 that does that much damage. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
But I think it has to come from the bench to be able to do, otherwise it does nothing.
Yes.
So it's a good thing that Togekiss has a 0 retreat cost. So not only does it fill his hand back up, but he is able to free retreat and then be able to hit big numbers.
Yeah. So Chris showing some scary things here. He's got that Togekiss in the active, which is going to have free retreat, like you said, Adrian, into that Palafin for next turn. That Togekiss also has the Precious Gift ability, meaning that at the end of Chris's turn, he can choose to activate that ability and draw his hand up to 8 cards, which is just great draw power, especially for the pre-release format. And it looks like he's got 3 cards in hand, I think, right now. So he's going to draw up to 8. He's got energy. He's got the energy he needs for the Palafin. He's got a Jacques to find more evolution Pokemon. And Chris is really rocking and rolling here. We were worried about him at the start because his hand was just full of Pokemon. But
he had the right Pokemon. So
yeah, it ended up working out for him. So looks like we're going to pass over to John here on the other side. Drawing for turn. He's got another basic. That's good for him. His board was looking a little bit sparse here, but unfortunately the rest of his hand is just energy, and he can attach that energy to that Drampa to use Outrage and do 60 damage to this Togekiss. But unfortunately for John, that means that this Drampa actually will go down to that Palafin next turn. We know that Chris already has the energy in hand, that Togekiss in the active with free retreat. And the funny thing is that Drampa's attack does more damage for the amount of damage counters on it, but that's not going to matter because that Palafin is going to one-shot it.
Exactly, yep. I kind of come to realize that while that Palafin is really strong, it's just a matter of like, is he able to get it to come back the next turn? Because he only get to do it the one time because then he needs to retreat it again. And I think it has a 2 retreat cost.
It does.
So, but I mean, hey, get the first knockout. It's a great start, especially with only 4 prize cards in pre-release this time around. So
yeah. So Chris here on the other side, evolving one of those Togepi's into a Togetic. We failed to mention too that Togekiss has great utility in terms of being a free retreater, has great utility in terms of having that precious gift ability to draw more cards, but it also has the Power Cyclone attack that attacks for 2 colorless energy. So a pretty easy Pokemon to power up.
Yep. Don't need psychic energy.
It does 110 damage, which is pretty good numbers.
Pretty good
and it moves an
energy
energy from this Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. So he can even start powering up another Palafin with that attack as we go. So Chris here looking through his hand. He's got that energy attached to the Palafin. He's going to play a Jacq here. I would be expecting probably to see him searching for a Togekiss and a Togetic here.
Looking at it right now.
But we'll see what else he's got left in deck.
Look like get another Togetic.
So he must surprise one of those Togetics potentially, unless there's one in hand. But I think I saw another Palafin there in the deck. So he's going to grab that Palafin and that Togetic. He's just got to find himself another Finizen. And just chooses to opt for the Togetic. Okay. That makes sense with maybe Finizen's attack later if he's thinking of switching out into it. But we already know he's going to be able to take that knockout on the only Pokemon that John's got powered up on his side of the board.
This is a... man, John is... on the back foot right now. He's flexing. I don't know what you call it, flexing his hand, but I don't know. It's not very good to flex right.
The nice thing for John, though, is he will have that Soul Rock to send up, use that Call for Family attack, start to find some more basics. Maybe he'll be able to develop a strategy here while that Palafin has to retreat to the bench next turn. So I don't actually think we're going to see a knockout from Chris on his next turn either. So John will have some time here. So Chris takes that knockout with the Palafin, takes his first prize card.
Oh, looks like he finally got a supporter.
Looks like John does have a supporter, but I'm not sure it's one that's going to help him all that much. It looked like an Ortega. Ortega, I believe, just takes a card from your opponent's hand and puts it on the bottom of their deck, and then they draw another card. So it's kind of a control supporter, which the funny thing is that's sort of John's strategy. We saw earlier this week John playing the Wug Trio deck. So he loves playing those kind of cards, it seems.
It's just really unfortunate that the deck he's playing against has a card that lets them draw up to 8 cards.
Yeah.
So
it looks like I'm seeing a Finizen in Chris's hand now. He must have drawn that off of the prize cards because I don't think he had that in hand earlier. So he is going to be able to get another Palafin started to get powered up here, which is a scary prospect for John going forward. But we see John played that Ortega. Chris draws that extra card, and now John is going to be using that Call for Family on Solrock to search through his deck for 2 basic Pokemon. So,
now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is that Finizen? Can you evolve it? Does it have to evolve from the deck, or can it be from hand or deck? It
can be from hand or deck.
Okay.
Well, the attack is only from deck.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, honestly, John kind of helped Chris with that.
Yeah.
So especially at the bottom, he's not going to draw it. So.
Yep. But John here searching for 2 of those Toxels here. Toxel can eventually here evolve into Toxtricity, which I believe will also attack for 2 colorless energy. So
it does, yes.
Oh my gosh. And the top deck here for Chris is a switch. So not only did he take a knockout last turn, he's going to be able to switch out of this Palafin here into that Togekiss, retreat with that free retreat, and take another KO on the Soul Rock. This is going to be hard to watch here soon.
Dude. Oh, man.
Benching that Finizen, I imagine he's going to be able to attach a water energy from hand here too to that Finizen. And even if he doesn't find another switching card next turn, he's probably going to be able to attack with a different Palafin on the next turn.
Oh, it hurts. I mean, the Toxtricity is good, but it needs 2 energy. I think it's just too late at this point. Chris just had... He was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! He was playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
He had the heart of the cards.
He had heart of the cards on his side.
Absolutely. So Chris utilizing that switching card, switching Palafin to his bench, promoting that Togekiss with free retreat. And Chris has a great hand right now. He has not attached an energy yet for turn. He could still do that. We'll see if he chooses to do that before he attacks. He's also got that other Togekiss, which he could evolve that Togetic now, given that that Togetic came into play last turn. So we'll see what Chris chooses to do here.
I mean, at this point, he just...
Considering playing that Great Ball, potentially searching for another Pokemon. Not a bad play, honestly. Even if you whiff another Pokemon, it's just another card burned out of your hand to fill up with that Togekiss ability at the end of your turn. Seeing that Togekiss, he will evolve that here, and he's attached that Water Energy to the Finizen, and now I think he's just going to be taking a KO with that Palafin's. Do you remember what that attack is called? That Palafin's Justice Kick attack.
Justice Kick.
210 damage.
There is no justice.
There's no justice.
There is no justice during this match.
Now, the funny thing is that Palafin is weak to lightning, so if John can get some stuff going with these toxicities, you know, maybe there's a chance for him to come back and start hitting weakness.
He just pulled that supporter card. I forgot the name of the one that gets the 2 energy from the deck. But he
John playing Gita here,
yes,
I believe.
Gita.
So Gita would allow John to search his deck for 2 energies and attach them to one of his Pokemon, but it means that his Pokemon can't attack this turn, which is fine anyway because John wasn't going to be able to attack this turn no matter what.
Exactly. I think it's just 1 turn too late though, because I believe Chris, all he has to do is attach 1 more Water Energy. Oh well, never mind. How much HP does that? Yeah, all he needs to do is retreat. Oh no. Yeah, he don't have enough energy. John got 1 more turn. He's got 1 more turn because none of his Togekisses are powered up, so
yep.
You would need to evolve the Finizen into the Palafin. Yep.
Yeah. So Chris's turn here. He's gonna have to find a way to get out of that Palafin. We may just see him go for a Jet Punch here as well. That Surskit here only having 60 HP. Jet Punch does 30 to the active and 30 to one of the bench. And I believe those Toxels only have 50 HP. So with 2 Jet Punches, if John's not able to evolve that Surskit or the Toxels, I mean, Chris just wins in 2 turns here with a Jet Punch. So John's still in a tough spot. He's going to have to find an evolution Pokemon next turn. I think he's only got 1 card in hand, which, if I were to guess, is probably an energy. But we'll see what Chris is able to pull off here.
My goodness. I think
Chris still considering that hand. I think he's got to attach an energy probably here to that Finizen. That looks like what he's going to do. I know he had a Great Ball in hand from last turn. We'll see if he chooses to play that. Go look for a Palafin here. But I think we're seeing that Jet Punch go on to one of those Toxels and that Surskit.
Oh.
John, just a handful of energy. Oh. And that showing it to us to show how much trouble he's in. I think we're probably just going to be seeing game here. Now, John could avoid this fate if he had retreated into that other Toxel that didn't have any damage on it.
That was a heads. What did it do?
So Surskit's attack is 20 damage if you flip heads.
Oh, I thought it was one of those paralyzed or they can't attack you. Oh no.
It's too bad. And Chris maybe not seeing it quite yet here, but I think he can just Jet Punch for game and take those last 2 prizes. Sometimes you just don't see that route.
I know. It's just like it's like so close. And it's like, oh wait, I just gotta bonk you.
Just a little bit of math, and he'll get there. So attaching that energy though to a Togekiss, that makes sense. If he wasn't just already gonna win game with Jet Punch, but
just
I'm sure he'll see it here in a minute. That Jet Punch is gonna win him the game here. And John explaining, I think, that the game here is over with that Jet Punch. Chris is going to take 2. What's happening here?
Much. Oh, it's gone. Okay, wait, knocked out, and then what? Oh, he only had one prize. Oh, he had 2 prize cards left.
Chris should have only had.
Wait, what?
Does that Toxel have more HP than I think? I thought it only had 60 or 50. Toxel does have 70 HP, so John
he has a chance.
John hanging on by 10 HP here, but he didn't draw into anything.
Oh, did he just ran a? Oh, okay, well. I think that's it. All
60 damage there to the Palafin. Not quite enough.
But he's just gonna jet punch it, and then it'll knock the So.
Yeah, so just another jet punch here will end the game.
Still contemplating.
Sometimes you just gotta, let your opponent wait.
I think it's the nerves. Yeah, the nerves, or man, he's just standing there menacingly. He's just flexing at this point.
Is he flexing? Do you think we're going to see a retreat into the Justice Kick, or will he end the game with that Jet Punch?
I think he just doesn't realize that the Jet Punch just knocks out the back one. But I'll take a Justice Kick for the win.
I'll take a Justice Kick any day for the win. Absolutely.
Oh, there
we are going to see the retreat here into the other Palafin.
He's flexing.
He's flexing. We got this Justice Kick going on to this poor little Toxel. Going to take that game-winning prize.
A little bit of overkill, but we like overkill here.
Yeah. And
there's the fist bump for the game.
There's the fist bump for game. So, well played by both players. Chris, despite starting the game with that handful of Pokemon, with that rare candy being able to get into that Togekiss, he ended up having a great setup, and John just handful of energy for a lot of the game. Not quite able to set up, unfortunately, but well played by both players there. Yep. Love to see Palafin doing well. That's one of the coolest new Pokemon, I think, from the new games, the new Scarlet and Violet games, and happy to see it. Having some play here. Despite maybe that card might not be quite strong enough to see play in the standard format, but certainly in a pre-release, that Palafin is a very strong card. All right, well, we will be right back here with a winner's interview. Stay tuned.
Alrighty, we are back with the winner, Chris. I believe this is your first pre-release in a long while.
Yep.
So do you, I hear that you play Magic more and you collect Pokemon. What made you want to play this pre-release this time?
So I guess I usually play Magic, mostly Commander, but this time, I don't know. I just kind of felt like Pokemon brings me joy, and I collect a lot of it. I have a lot of Pokemon cards, but I don't really know how to play. So that's kind of why I decided to try it out.
You could be honest with me. It's the Charizard, isn't it?
It was also
okay.
It was
also the Charizard. Exactly.
The Dark Terra Charizard.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that was a little bit of a motivating factor.
Let's be honest here. It's the Charizard. I know. What? Oh, did you pull anything good from your packs?
Yeah, I did get the Tyranitar. Yeah, I don't know how good it is, I guess, but it's shiny cardboard. I did have the Clefairy EX, but I didn't really know how it would fit into the pre-release deck. I had the Togekiss. That like I don't know.
Yeah, this is for your treat, so you didn't really need the.
Right, I already kind of had everything in there. I thought that maybe it'd be card draw because I'm always thinking about card draw in like terms of Magic, right? But I'm realizing in Pokemon you're drawing 7 cards all the time.
Oh yeah, it's a very different time because it's like in Magic. I know in Magic, you know, there is a lot of interaction. Yeah, you have to hold up mana.
This is a little bit more
like it's my turn. You don't get to do anything.
Right.
And then it's your turn. Then I don't get to do anything.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Yeah. So, yep. Well, how do you like pre-release, I guess, is a big question.
Good. Usually, and like, I feel like when I go to Magic pre-releases, it feels a little bit stressful sometimes because there's like, I don't know, people that are way more experienced than I am or are more serious. They really want to win, especially because there's prizes on the line. I really like that well, we weren't really playing for anything other than just like getting to play with the new cards and play Pokemon, so.
Oh yeah. I think mainly on Tuesdays we're like more competitive here, but in pre-release it's just trying to get everyone to enjoy the game.
Yeah.
It's pre-release is such a straightforward and easier way to like digest Pokemon. So then once you like, if you like it, then you know maybe you come on Tuesdays, you know, play more. Yeah. But I'm glad that you liked it. So how many boxes are you gonna open?
Boxes of this. Okay, I'll be honest, I just pre-ordered a ton of the 151. So I don't know about Obsidian Flame, but I might pick up a box.
I mean, look, they both got Charizard.
I know.
Both got Charizard, so.
But I have to kind of temper myself a little bit.
Right. It's cardboard is very expensive, but you know what? We love it. So.
Yep.
Okay. Well, anyways, Chris, thank you. Thank you for the interview. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
hopefully you
for having me.
Yeah, of course. Hopefully you win your next 2 rounds, and congratulations on being on stream too, because you do get one of those play packs. So hopefully you might pull the. I think maybe the ones that we're giving out right now are the EV evolutions or something like that. So far I've heard people have been getting luck because I think one of them pulled like a play Pokemon Charizard VMAX. So
that's sweet.
I don't get that luck, but I'm glad everyone else is. So alrighty.
Welcome back to the Obsidian Flames pre-release here at the Forge. We are just getting our players set up for round 2. We have Pokemon Fort Wayne Regional Champion Max Johnson here on the left, breaking out that champion mat. You know, and when you have the regional champion mat, you really got to flex it on them.
I mean, you have to. You have to win. You have to get first place to be able to get that mat. But you know what? What hurts more? What puts salt in the wound is that this man here not only has championship.
He's shuffling up them gold sleeves.
Oh my, he do got the golden sleeves, but he has the golden Charizard.
He's got the gold Charizard there in that deck. We're about to see that terrestrialized dark type golden Charizard EX come out using its infernal control ability, dropping all those fire energies onto the board and then burning up the darkness for 180 damage. It's a wild card, and we're gonna see Max be able to play that card here on the left side. Meanwhile, we also have Alex on the right side there. Alex, a pretty seasoned player here at the Forge as well. I didn't get to see what his deck was constructed of, though.
No, but I do know
earlier.
what he does have, though. He does have the special illustration rare Pidgey, which looks beautiful.
That's right.
And he also has the special illustration Pidgeot EX, which has the ability to let him search for any card he wants each turn.
That's right.
It's so good.
Well, we'll see if Alex was able to get that rare candy or a Pidgeotto to be able to play that here today. But it looks like Alex, starting with a mulligan here, looks like he's got the Palafin again. So we're going to see some more Palafin action here. Meanwhile, Max on the other side has a few basics in hand. I'm seeing a Togepi there. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Togepi and Togekiss here today. But Max starting out that Togepi, setting up his prize cards. Just waiting for Alex to finish shuffling up here for that mulligan. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so Alex here, do we see a basic? Looks like we do see a basic here, so players are set up here. Max taking that one mulligan. So Max, a good amount of Pokemon, good amount of energy in hand. We'll see what Alex has here on the other side. Looks like Alex has another Pokemon and maybe a supporter card as well. But looks like Max is going first here. Benching, I believe that's a Numel, right? And then attaching a fire energy to the Togepi here. I'm seeing, I think, a Youngster and a Rhyme in Max's hand, so he's got some supporters as well. But passing it over here to Alex. Alex using that Great Ball, looking at the top 7 cards of his deck, looking for a Pokemon, and we see that Bouffalant come down. Now, Adrian, do you know what that Bouffalant's ability is called?
I'm not sure, but I do know that it pretty essentially just prevents 30 damage for each attack.
It does. It prevents 20 damage, but it's called Boofer. Boofer. Bouffalant's ability, Boofer, takes 20 less damage from its opponent's attacks.
Oh, gosh.
So we see Alex mention that Bouffalant here. Looks like he's got a Youngster in hand as well, which would be a Shuffle, Draw 5. We'll see what else Alex looks to do here. Attaching that water energy here to the Numel. I'm not sure if that Numel has any utility attacks here. It looks like that first attack is just a fire colorless hot magma, would do 20 damage and leave Max's Pokemon burned. But we see Alex pull that Gita out of nowhere and play that, attaching 2 energy to that Bouffalant. So already in a pretty good board state here for Alex. He's getting that Bouffalant powered up. But we see now passing over to Max's turn. He's able to evolve his Numel into a Camerupt. And he also has a few draw supporters, choosing to attach that energy here to the Togepi. And we see a Youngster come down for Max. So it's a shuffling his hand into his deck and drawing 5 cards here.
She's trying to figure out what...
So I think Max is hoping to find that Togetic here. Togetic would be able to, for 2 colorless energy, do 40 damage to that Numel. Or for 1 colorless energy, use Shared Piece, where each player would draw 3 cards. So potentially some consistency coming out, but I don't think... Oh, cool.
Okay.
So Max not able to really find anything there, so just using that Togepi's Rolling Tackle, attack for 20 damage onto that Numel. Now Alex able to find the Camerupt here, and
another Youngster. I can't see
Youngster.
What's the first attack do? Is it just
on the Camerupt?
Yeah, on the Camerupt.
So the Camerupt, let me pull it up here. That Camerupt is going to be for a fire and a colorless eruption, does 50 damage, and each player discards the top card of their deck. This attack does 100 more damage for each energy card discarded in this way. And in the pre-release format, you have a ton of energy in these 40 card decks. So a lot of times, you have pretty good odds of hitting that. Now, Alex here on the right side, pulling out that Finizen. And he discards the Palafin, but he does get that KO on the Togepi.
I think it's what the Togepi only it exactly has 50 HP, so I guess it's okay. But it is unfortunate that Palafin got discarded. So.
All right, so we're seeing Max promote that Numel, and in a tough spot here now with Alex having that camera up, already evolved. Max choosing to play Nimona here to draw 3 cards. He's got a Togetic now to evolve that Togepi. He's got a Nest Ball to find another basic Pokemon, and like you said, I think he has that Ultra Ball in hand to perhaps find Togekiss on the next turn and be able to start drawing more cards. But certainly on the back foot here. I see that Charizard is in deck. I think we got to see that Charmander come down. But Max just opting for that Togepi. It must be prized. So Max actually probably in a very good position here if he's able to get that Charizard EX out. I know that he does not have the Charmeleon, but he did get a rare candy in his pre-release kit. So he would be able to still get that Charizard out with the rare candy. But we see Alex here evolving that Finizen into Palafin. I assume we'll see an energy come down if Alex has that in hand. Coming down onto that Camerupt for a Fire colorless. That Camerupt is doing 120 damage. So Alex going down to 2 prize cards remaining. You see
a quick game if he can't get a Pokemon to stick.
Yeah, luckily for Max, that Camerupt does have 140 HP. So there's a chance it survives next turn. We see Max considering that Rhyme. What Rhyme would do is allow him to draw 3 cards, but it would allow Alex to send up a different Pokemon. Max send Ultra Ball away 2 fire energies here, finds that Togekiss, and choosing not to use that Rhyme, I think here. He's going to rely on that Togekiss's ability to draw up to 8 cards and just take this KO, hopefully, on this opposing Camerupt. We do see him playing the Rhyme, though. So Max going to draw 3 cards here.
I'll have to swap.
His opponent setting up that Numel. I think Max was worried there that if he doesn't hit the energy off the top deck, he doesn't take the KO. And his opponent does hit the energy, so Max does get the KO on the Numel here, and it's going to be difficult for his opponent to get this return KO on Max's Camerupt because somebody's going to have to hit an energy off the top deck. Now Max drawing up to 8 cards, drawing into a ton of energy, making it very unlikely for Alex to hit energy off of his own Camerupt's Eruption attack. But we see Alex filling up his bench. He's got that Palafin. Can he get an energy down onto it? That's going to be a really important attacker, I think, here later in the game for him.
I did see that he got a water energy right there. And he has a card that lets, I think, the Nezima, that lets him draw the 3 cards.
Yeah.
I believe so.
So he's just choosing to Eruption, but he does hit energy off of Max's top deck and goes down to 1 prize card remaining. Max drawing into that rare candy, but he doesn't have
any energy on it.
He doesn't have the Charmander down. He has no way to find the Charizard, and Max looking to be in a tough spot right now. We see another Rhyme come down, so Max drawing 3 cards here. Gets that Charizard EX. If only he had the Charmander in play, he could rare candy. Oh no.
Look, champion, Golden Charizard, can't have it all, okay? Can't have it all.
I guess not. This is a tough one. Alex's deck just popping off right now. We see Alex play that.
What in the world?
Oh, it's not Penny. What is that card called? Poppy? Yeah, it's Poppy. So Poppy allows you to move 2 energies from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. And so Alex being able to use that Poppy, and he's gonna move.
Does he need 1 energy?
I think he might have misplayed a little bit there.
Oh, well.
But he hits the double energy onto the Togekiss, and Eruption going to take that final KO. An unfortunate game there for Max. Max deck, really probably relying mostly on getting that Charizard out. And I think he probably prized the Charmander there that game after he chose to not Nest Ball for it. And he's going to flip it over, show us that the Charmander was the last prize card. Unfortunate, but that is how pre-releases go. Congratulations to Alex. Hitting those energies off of the Eruption, taking those big KOs, having that Palafin ready, and even having that Poppy in deck to potentially power up another Palafin or something just out of nowhere. Very cool constructed deck there. Great to see that from our players. So we will be back here in a few minutes with an winner's interview with Alex.
Alrighty, we are here back with Alex, the winner of round 2. Alex,
yes.
What cards are you excited for in Obsidian Flame?
Honestly, right now, I pulled that Pidgeot EX during our opens, so that one was actually pretty cool. The illustration rare.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that. We were talking about how you and Max pretty much pulled probably the coolest cards in the set and stuff like that. Yeah. Did you put those cards in your deck?
No, I did not.
Oh.
I did not have a rare candy or Pidgeotto to make even a 1/1/1.
That's unfortunate. What's it called? I heard that you've been playing for quite some time. Am I right in saying that?
Quite a bit. I've been in and out of Pokemon since 1999.
Oh wow.
When I think I was 7 or so. So I've been in and out, but I've been playing TCG now for about the last 2 years pretty regularly. So.
Okay. So do you play any other game other than Pokemon or?
Not collectible card games.
Not collectible card games.
No,
okay.
one of these hobbies is enough.
Fair. Yep. It's cardboard, for some reason, is very expensive.
It is very expensive.
So, since I guess you are a competitive player, am I correct in saying that too?
A little bit, yeah.
Yep. Do you have a favorite deck right now at the moment, and is Obsidian Flame going to change that for you at all?
I haven't looked too much at Obsidian's card list, honestly, but I've been playing a lot of Guardy. And I could see a couple things that could go in there. I've also been playing a little bit of Chin Pao, and there's a couple cards in Obsidian that could definitely seem like could get added in there either with Chin Pao or just Braxcalibur in general, especially with Skaters Park.
Skaters Park? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, well anyways, thank you for coming on for the interview and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Congratulations
absolutely.
for winning. You know, you do
Thank
get
you.
the free pack for being on stream too. So
Sounds good.
It's always a win. Hopefully you get
It is.
Yeah, hopefully you get something cool for that pack. I mean, you already got the Pidgeot and stuff like that, so can't complain, right? So
Take anything I can get.
alrighty.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Alex.
Yep, absolutely.
Alrighty, we are back a little sooner. We still have 15 minutes left in the second round, so Max and Tom are deciding to play a friendly match of Standard. On the left right now, I believe Max is playing Lost Box, while Tom is playing Chien Pao. Oh, nope, I got that reversed, I'm sorry. So, but Chien Pao is a very strong water deck, paired up with Baxcalibur, able to essentially just throw all the energy on all the Pokemon you want, being able to do big Unga Bunga damage. Meanwhile, Tom playing the Lost Box on the right, pretty much playing more for the late game to dwindle down the Pokemon. Do you want to come up on street too? Yeah. Okay, come on. And we have an impromptu co-host. We have Samantha.
Hello. I'm here filling in for Tom as he plays against Max.
Okay, cool, awesome, sweet. So, I hear that Max loves Chien Pao. Is there a reason why he likes Chien Pao so much?
Well, if you asked him like 2 weeks ago, I don't know if he would have said he loves Chien Pao. But he's been testing a lot of decks. He's been actually testing Lost Box, which is what Tom is playing right now, to play to Worlds. We leave on Tuesday, so we leave in like a couple
I
days.
didn't realize how like soon it was. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so now he's kind of honed in on Chien Pao. I think he likes the consistency, and the matchups right now in the meta look pretty good. So
okay, so how does Chien Pao fare up against Lost Box over here? I know that this water deck has like Radiant Greninja able to bench snipe, and I don't know if he plays the Kyogre.
I don't know his list actually.
Gotcha.
I'm assuming he plays Kyogre. That would make the most sense with the Pokestop and thinning out your deck.
I see that Tom over here has decided to play the Mana Feed down, pretty much preventing the bench sniping from happening. So I believe what some Chien Pao decks do run, they do run Canceling Cologne. I'm not sure if he's playing.
I believe Max plays 2.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah. So if he's able to get that maybe with Irida or anything like that, he would be able to knock out. Oh, well, there's the Irida. Good card. Get a Pokemon and an item card. One would say it's unfair.
Starting off with 2 battle VIP passes and Irida.
Oh, I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even realize that. What is happening right now? It's, oh my gosh, that is okay.
Yeah, that Manaphy's not going to do much if he can get this play off.
Hisuian Heavy Ball being able to look at his prize cards, being able to get one basic Pokemon, replacing it with Hisuian. Got the Arceus V. This is a tech that people are running instead of the Palkia V-Star. Arceus V with that Starbirth ability, just able to get whatever you want from your deck. Come to realize that is a powerful V-Star ability to have. I see over here on Tom's side, it is unfortunate that he had to discard 2 energies to the Lost Zone. Yeah, able to get that Colorless Experiment though, so. I see that he has the fighting. Is he, does this have the Galarian Zapdos V in it?
So.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's for the...
To counter Arceus.
Arceus, yep.
Yeah.
And I believe with that, with Galarian Zapdos V, the ability is, its energy cost for the attack is 1 less colorless for each V in play. So, essentially all he needs is 1-2 energy on it to be able to knock out an Arceus V-Star. Very powerful card. Good. Also removes special energy. Yes, also removes special energy.
Tom's having trouble with this decision.
Yeah, it's Lost Box. Lost Box is a very difficult deck to play. I feel like you have so many decisions to decide on, like what cards you have left, what you have to get rid of, and man, looks like you got to get rid of another energy.
Wow, 3 energies in the Lost Zone to start.
I was just like, because I'm trying to remember how many energy they normally run, huh? They run 3? Like 3 water energy, like 3 lightning energy, 2 psychics. It's just not a lot. So just those energies are precious.
You definitely have to be careful with your energy in Lost Box.
See what's he got in his hand right now. He has 2 Mirage Gates, which don't do him any good as of right now because he only has 5 in the 6 in the Lost Zone. He does have the Lost Vacuum to be able to remove that Pokestop to be able to make it to 7 for it to work.
I don't know if he has a good attacker for this turn. does he have?
Oh, well, I mean, he pulled the nest ball, so he might be pulling up something soon. Just see what... Well, he does have the Raikou in hand, and the Max does have a full bench. Yeah, I think he would just need to play out more Pokemon on the bench, be able to knock out this Chien-Pao, because I think Chien-Pao only has 220 HP, so it'd be exactly enough. Let's see here. Looking at that Sableye, though, the Nest Ball. Sableye able to do 12 damage counters. Goes around the Manaphy just so long as he has, I believe, 10 cards in his zone. Very powerful card.
It's not quite there yet, but...
Mm-hmm. There goes the Raikou, and then he has the Force Seal Stone, which is pretty much a mini Star Birth. Lets him get one card, whatever he wants from the deck. He does get the Lost Vacuum. Activating the Lost Vacuum, removing that. That puts him at 8.
He can use his Mirage Gate now.
Oh,
he's placing a Sky Seal Stone. Though
I guess that way
did he use his Force Seal Stone just now?
Oh yeah, so
right,
he's just attaching just to get rid of it, yeah. Oh. What just happened? What are you doing? Huh? Boot.
I'm not sure what he just did either.
Did he?
Does he have 10 in the Lost Zone now?
I think he thought maybe that Mirage Gate was the Lost Vacuum in his hand.
He didn't remove the Pokestop though, so.
No, he didn't. He removed with the first one. He removed the Force Seal Stone. But how did the Sky Seal Stone get into the... I think he thought that was the Lost Vacuum. Let's see. Oh, no.
Oh, so he does have 10.
He does have the 10, yeah. He
that
was
was a
able to
pretty
get it.
powerful move right there, removing the Frigibax. Both of them, actually.
Yeah, both of them. So he's unable to...
super cold.
Yeah, super cold. Be able to just spam out all the...
Oh,
and he concedes. It is rough.
That is a hard recovery to make as a Chien-Pao deck. All of your energy acceleration is gone when super cold is dead.
How many Frigibax does he run?
I don't know. I think he plays, I would think 3.
3? Oh, well. Getting rid of 2 of them that fast, yep. Looks like we may be going to game 2, or they could be swapping decks out. I guess we will go take a short break until we figure out what in the world is going on now. Okay.
Welcome back to the Forge Obsidian Flames pre-release. Going into round 3 here, we have our players getting set up and ready to go. We have Samantha on the left and Nick on the right here. Samantha rocking that sweet Lechonk playmat.
Dude, I gotta say they have this stuff. Like, look at all those plushies over there at the top, and then he even has those like custom made Caterpie sleeves from Dragon Shield. I was like, my god.
Nick's sleeves
so cool.
are so cool. So excited to see these players get started here for round 3 of our pre-release. Samantha there on the left side looks like she has this lightning deck going, and Nick on the right looking like a lot of fire energy. So looks like we'll see some different things. We've been seeing a lot of Palafin, a lot of Camerupt, a lot of fire, but Sam coming in with that lightning deck here. So players getting set up. Looks like Nick needs to set out his prize cards here.
This Vance is just reminding you.
Yeah, there we go. Those are some pretty sweet custom Caterpie sleeves.
Oh yeah, I honestly want to go now and just go like custom make some. I don't know how long those take.
Yeah,
though, honestly.
yeah.
I feel like
I saw him sleeving off his deck earlier. I was like, I gotta look at those.
I know. It's so cool. It's like I wish we could get those.
All right, so our players starting here, I believe. Sam starting with that Tornadus.
Tornadus. What does that ability do anyway? Like,
Or sorry, Thunderous.
Thunderous,
yeah. So Thunderous here. For its ability, Bad Weather, as long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, prevent all damage done to your bench Pokemon. So it's like a Manaphy in the active.
Oh, okay.
But Sam just ending her turn by attaching that lightning energy there. This Thunderous does Gigantobolt for 140 damage for 2 lightning energy, and it does 90 damage to itself. So she's going to have a very powerful attack here going into her next turn. She's got the other lightning energy in hand ready to go. But we see Nick here benching that Toxel, has Numel in the active, and some energies in hand to start working things together. But if I were Nick, I'd be wary of attaching to that active Pokemon, knowing that Samantha can get that one-hit KO there.
Gonna turn some camel bacon if she. Oh, there goes.
And Nick playing the smart game, playing the careful, cautious game, attaching to that Toxel instead of the Numel, and then he's gonna play that youngster to shuffle his hand into his deck and draw 5 fresh cards.
Grant, quick question. So, what do you think about this Thunderous versus the Manaphy as of right now? Do you think one's better than the other?
Yeah, I think Manaphy is just the way to go. It does everything the Thunderous does, but anywhere on the board, not just in the active.
Right.
But there will be a time when Manaphy rotates out, so there's a potential that Thunderous might be all we have sometime in the future here. So Nick just shuffling up here, gonna draw 5 cards off of this youngster. I think I see another Numel. I think I see a Nest Ball in that hand, potentially a Flamigo and some other things as well. We got that Entei coming down, Flamigo coming down as well. Man, a handful of basic Pokemon and energy. He's got a Nest Ball here. Sam just asking to read that Entei, see what it does. Let's take a look ourselves. Yeah, so that Entei, it has an ability pressure as long as this Pokemon is in the active spot. Your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks do 20 less damage. And then for 3 colorless energy, it does Blaze Ball, And it does 50 damage, and it does 20 more damage for each fire energy attached to it. Looks like Nick passing over here to Sam. Sam attaching that lightning energy to the Thunderous. She's got, it looks like a Miriam, a Gita, a Jacques in hand, and a Professor's Research. But does she really want to research all of that away? I'm thinking she might not really have a choice here. And that's what she goes for, Professor's Research, discarding your hand, drawing 7 new cards. So had to sacrifice a lot there to do it, but I think ultimately that pays off for her here. She finds the Togepi, finds some Toxels, another Nest Ball coming down, probably going to find her, I would guess, another Togepi potentially. Or it looks like she's got that Stunfisk there too.
I think she's going in the route of using Toxtricity's attack, which it deals 30 more damage for each different type on the bench. So currently doing an extra 90 damage. Forgot the name of it though.
Yeah. This Stunfisk has an ability, if this Pokemon is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, you put 5 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. But Sam here taking that knockout with Thundurus, doing 140 damage to that Numel, but doing 90 damage to her own Thundurus here. And the question is, does Nick have a response? He's got that Toxel here with an energy attached.
I think did he just get the Toxtricity? Oh no, it's just a Thundurus as well.
But this Toxel will do 30 damage and 10 damage to itself. So he will be able to take this KO on the Thundurus after the Thundurus did 90 damage to itself. So even if he doesn't find the Toxtricity here, Nick will be able to take a responding KO. Nick benching his own Thundurus here as well, and finds that Cleffa as well. That Cleffa is a very good card for early in the game. Not sure how much he's going to be wanting to attack with it later, but that Cleffa has an attack for no energy. It does Grasping Draw, and you draw cards until you have 7 cards in your hand. So if Nick ends up in a situation where he's not really able to attack for damage in a certain turn, he'll at least be able to draw more cards with that Cleffa.
Right. So I think after if he does get the knockout, Samantha's definitely going to be on the back foot, just not having anything charged up unless she has that Gita card. I don't know if she's pulled that from her packs though.
Yeah, so she had the Gita in hand actually, but she was forced to discard it off of that Professor's Research.
Wow.
But Sam putting up that Stunfisk, which makes a lot of sense. She has the fighting energy in hand to power it up, and that Stunfisk's attack will be doing 30 damage. And the defending Pokemon can't retreat during the next turn.
It's weak to
but
fighting.
Toxel is weak to fighting, so she is going to be doing 60 damage to it. And the thing is, the minute this Toxel damages the Stunfisk is going to put 5 damage counters on it.
Does it have to have a tool, though? I feel this Pokemon has a tool.
Yes,
okay.
It does have to have a... Sorry, I guess I read that wrong. It does have to have a tool attached for that ability to work here. But it looks like that Toxel got KO'd because it does do 10 damage to itself with its own attack.
Right.
And so after doing 60 with weakness with that Stunfisk, Sam is able to take that return KO. And all Nick can do here is start manually attaching that energy to Entei. The Entei has to have 3 energy to attack, so we're just going to see a pass here from Nick. Sam's got a handful of energy, but also a youngster to be able to get a fresh hand of 5 cards. So I imagine we'll see an electric energy or a lightning energy come down onto that Toxel, and then Sam playing that youngster, shuffling her hand into her deck and drawing 5 new cards.
I wonder how much the Stunfisk has for HP.
The Stunfisk has 120.
Oh, okay, it's a big beefy boy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But that Entei for 3 fire energy is only going to be doing 110 once it's powered up, so it's not even going to knock out that Stunfisk. Alright, Sam drawing a fresh hand here. She's got that Togetic, 1 step closer to getting that Togekiss to draw herself more cards. She's got another Toxel, got energy. And I'd imagine we'll see that Toxel come down here potentially. If not, she will at least get that attack off, that 30 damage attack off onto the Entei.
I think they're discussing the damage that she's going to be doing with it, because I think he only takes 10 because of that pressure ability.
That's true. That's true. So Sam attacking with that Sunfist, doing 10 damage to that Entei. Nick now has that Entei fully powered up, 3 energy on it, but it's only going to be doing 110 damage to the Stunfisk, unfortunately. So no KO here for Nick. If we're doing our math right, which I think we are.
What is... Oh, he's just showing what it does. Okay.
Sam calculating that damage. It's only going to be 110.
Oh.
Unless our translation is wrong here, I think that should only be 110 damage from that Entei.
56.
Oh, our translation is wrong here. That Entei is doing 120.
Okay.
So we're good. Our translation said 50 plus, but it's actually 60 plus.
Okay,
so
bitch.
Sam does, however, find an Ultra Ball here. She's going to be able to find the Toxtricity to attack into this Entei. But does she go for the Togekiss? I'm not seeing a Toxtricity in her deck.
Oh no,
is it prized? Was she forced to discard it earlier? I don't know, but I think her best bet now then is to evolve into that Togekiss, start attaching energy to it, do that 30 damage attack with the Toxel, get another 10 damage onto that Entei, and then hopefully be able to take a KO on it with that Togekiss. So energy coming down onto the Togekiss here. That Togekiss is going to be able to survive an attack from this Entei unless Nick is able to get 5 energy on it. So Sam drawing up to 8 cards in hand after using that Togekiss ability to end her turn.
Such a strong ability.
Very strong ability. And going over to Nick. He's got a fire energy in hand, but not much else. I think we're just going to have to see an attack here, but that might be enough. That would bring Nick down to 1 prize card remaining. And if he can find another fire energy on the next turn, he will be able to 1-hit KO that Togekiss no matter what Sam does. Choosing, I think, unfortunately, to attach to that Flamigo. I don't know, you know, maybe he's thinking if Sam is able to do something, you know, KO that Entei, but we know that she can't. We know with that Togekiss she'd only be doing 90 damage. That Entei should only have 20 damage on it right now.
The pressure, yeah.
And so she'd only be getting to 110 total on there. But Nick taking that KO, find. I think that was a Gita that he took off the prize cards. An interesting find there. Sam getting another Pokemon down. Looks like she's got the energy in hand to attack with this Togekiss, and she's got that Artizone to find another Pokemon here. Another basic Pokemon. Does she have any left in deck? She does have 1 Togepi. Gonna bench that. I think she already had the Togetic and Togekiss in hand.
She is about to deck out as well.
Yes, but she doesn't have to activate that Togekiss ability.
Okay, well that's good, yeah. It's a May ability, okay.
Now this is interesting here. If I am not mistaken, Sam is attaching a tool card that if... Check our translations here just to be sure, no more mistaken translations. But that tool card, do you know what that's called, Adrian?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to say something punch. But I'm also blind people, so.
Yeah. Looks like Sam did take that KO on Entei. I wonder if we're doing our math wrong or if they forgot about that pressure ability.
See, it has only 130 HP, right? So it had 40 on it.
It should have only had 20 on it though from the pressure, right?
I think they may have mistaken from the Toxel, because I think the Toxel did 30, so minus 20. That would have been 10. Yeah, I think they just did the math wrong on that part. So
do we want to maybe run down to the table and check with the judge on that one? Just pause the game so that there's no more misplays. We'll check on that one, make sure that our math is not wrong.
Alrighty, I am back trying to figure out what had happened with that scenario. So essentially what had happened was that they both forgot about the pressure ability on Entei, which does take 20 less damage, and it had 60 damage already on it when it should have had 20. So right now they're just fixing that back up right now, so the Entei should still be alive with... There we go.
And Sam took that Togepi off the prizes, placing it back there. Again, since this isn't like a league challenge, a league cup, you know, not an event that's going to be CP earning. Usually that would be a penalty probably there for breaking the game state, but we're able to rewind it, fix it. This is more of a casual setting. We want everyone to have a good time. So just rewinding that clock there to what the board state should be. So the Entei should have 110 damage now on it after Togekiss attacks. And Nick here choosing to use that Gita. Gita is going to be able to get his board set up for another attacker on the next turn. That means he's not doing any damage to this Togekiss on this turn. And we know that Togekiss,
I don't think he realizes. He doesn't realize that he can attack.
Yeah, I don't think he's read the full card. He's not realizing that his Pokemon cannot attack after using Gita. He's going to shuffle up, but he's just attached all those energy to the Entei, which is not going to be able to attack now. Gita is a great supporter card early in the game when you're not really looking to attack, but the text on the card says until the end of the turn you play this card, none of your Pokemon can attack. But then you get to search your deck for 2 basic energy and attach them to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. And Nick has now done that, but not realizing that this Entei is not going to be able to attack.
And that we have learned that reading your cards is very important. It's a good thing that this is just a pre-release and this is more of a learning experience for all these new players out there. So hopefully, I think he may have realized that.
Let's see. He did attach those to energy
I think he
with
realizes.
the Gita. I think we're starting to realize that that might have been a mistake.
And at this moment, he knew. I won't finish that sentence. I don't know if I can cuss, but...
Let's see here. The funny thing is, if he just...
Is he just retreating? Oh, he's going to retreat those energy back, and he's going to...
Go into the Cleffa?
Oh!
No? Okay, so he's going into this Flamigo. The Flamigo can peck for 20, which does actually set up the math on the Togekiss for the next turn. That Entei going to be doing 120, so 10 short, but if Nick has another fire energy in hand, he is... Oh, well, now I need to read the cards. It doesn't say the Pokemon you attach the energy to. It means you can't attack at all. So even the Flamigo can't peck here. So a tough situation there for both players. Apparently a tough situation for me reading cards. But, looks like Sam does have that energy here. She's going to be doing 110 damage to this Flamigo. So not quite enough. The Flamigo does have 120 HP, so not taking the knockout there, but getting herself a little bit closer. Sam at 2 prize cards, Nick at 1, and let's see what happens.
Did we ever figure out what this card did?
Yes, so that tool that Sam attached there, if once that Togekiss is knocked out, you put 4 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon.
Oh. It's a good card.
So that Togekiss's attack also allows Sam to move an energy from that Togekiss to a Pokemon on her bench. So she's spreading that energy out, making sure she has backup attackers if she needs them, but thing is, Nick only has 1 prize card remaining, so if this Togekiss goes down, it doesn't really matter. But doing 110 damage there to that Flamigo.
Does he have enough? I think it's 60 plus 20, right? So 60 has 4 energy. That's 8. That's 140.
So Nick attaching an energy to that Entei, it's going to be doing 140, and with this peck from the Flamigo, he does have enough damage on that Togekiss to take a KO if Sam doesn't get that Togekiss out of the active spot.
Sam does have the Togekiss in her hand, so she can retreat into the other one. But she got a bunch, so it's only a matter of time as soon as Nick can get all that energy.
Sam attaching an energy here. see that Togekiss evolve, a retreat, but if Nick has another energy card in hand, he's just going to be doing enough with that Entei anyway. So Sam has to hope that in that 2-card hand, Nick does not have any energy. So we see Sam take that KO with the Togekiss, going down to 1 prize card herself. What does Nick have here? What can he put together? I think
he's debating.
he's really debating what to send
he
up
doesn't.
here.
He doesn't have energy in his hand. He has
must
to
not
draw
have
off the
the
top.
energy.
Does he have it? He
No,
does not
he
have
doesn't
it.
have it. But what else is in his hand? Is it just Pokemon? Is he
think
going to be
it's-
forced to retreat out of this Entei?
I think.
We'll
I don't think
see.
he has to retreat into the Thundurus.
Well, the Thundurus only has 110 HP. That Togekiss
that's
would still
it.
take KO on it.
That misplay with the.
Yeah, I think ultimately if he had never attached that energy to the Flamigo, I think he would have been fine, but they weren't factoring in that pressure ability, and now Sam just has the energy in hand to take this final KO and win the game there. So some interesting things happened in that game. Not fully understanding what the Gita supporter card does. Some issues with reading, calculating damage with that pressure on the Entei. But ultimately leading to a victory for Sam, utilizing those Togekisses. Never quite getting the toxicity out, but Togekiss got her there in the end, drawing her cards and attacking.
Yep.
Not something you always see every day. But
Utility and attacker.
some great plays from our players there, and we will bring Sam in here shortly for a winner's interview. Stay tuned.
And I'm back with my impromptu co-host and competitor, Samantha. Samantha, how did you feel about that game? It was a bit of misplays.
It was messy, but we got through it.
Yep.
I'm glad, it came out to benefit me. So
yeah,
it was kind of scary. It was close at the end. So.
Yeah, whenever we saw him play the, I forgot the name of that card, I'm not gonna lie, the GG or Kiki or something like that, we saw him play it and it was like, oh no, you can't attack with it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, what have we done? It's like, we have done.
I wasn't sure what he was doing there, but then I realized he was trying to retreat without losing his energy, and that, I guess that, yeah. But then
okay.
it
Backfired.
on his energy, or his attack later, so, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, I wasn't sure how it would go, but I felt really bad starting off because I had to discard, I researched away like
everything.
3 supporters,
Yeah.
and I don't have very many supporters
No,
in
you
this
probably
deck
think
to
you just
begin
got all of
with,
it.
so...
I gotta ask too, I see here that you got that Lechonk playmat. Where'd you get this Lechonk playmat? I need to know.
Oh, Max got it for me at the NAIC Pokemon Center.
Oh my
so,
gosh.
I know, it's awesome.
I love Lechonk. Such
I love
a cute
it.
little Pokemon.
Ever since it was revealed in the Pokemon trailer for Scarlet and Violet, the video game,
Uh-huh.
I was hooked.
I was like,
oh,
yes.
Lechonk's the best.
Yes. Bye. So I was like, did you get anything cool from your packs or anything like that? I know.
No.
I mean, everyone around you was getting some pretty fire stuff. You know? It's like,
I didn't pull anything cool.
Oh,
so
man.
it's a bummer.
It hurts, but hey.
I mean, something did benefit me. I mean, I didn't come off. It didn't end up playing the way that I was hoping, but that Vengeful Punch.
Yeah, we saw that.
Trainer card.
It's what is it, if you get knocked out, it does 4 damage counters to the Pokemon.
Yeah. That.
So it doesn't leave the Pokemon. I know that there was a card back in the day, whenever the like X and Y era. There, I forgot. It was like a little mind bomb, I suppose. It's like, and it did 6 damage, but only stayed on. I definitely think that's a good card right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So and combined with the fighting Pokemon, the one fighting Pokemon I had in here.
We were wondering because we looked at it, you know, and it's like, I guess it's just like a fighting Pokemon to play with toxicity, but then we saw we saw your tool, and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I would have hoped to attach it, and then yeah, I was able to get that play off in one of my earlier games.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I know that you're a competitive player, so Samantha, what is your favorite deck to play right now?
Right now I'm playing Lost Box Tina.
Oh,
or Lost
okay.
Tina, technically.
Lost Tina,
yeah.
okay. And how's that been?
It's going good. Yeah,
Going good?
I was playing Arceus Giratina for a while, and I was like, I'm getting tired of this. Before I was playing Arctura, and I played Arceus.
Arceus is so good.
I love Arceus.
Just so much.
Yeah, but I needed a change, so I switched over to Lost.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to be bringing to Worlds this year? Oh, okay,
yeah.
gotcha. I'm so jealous of y'all. You'll get to go to Japan, man.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to play in the Open, but they canceled it.
Oh,
so
no.
now I'll
Okay.
just be hopefully getting some side events. And we actually won the lottery to go to some of the events. So
Stop.
I will be going to like the festival they have. And
Oh, that's so
like,
cool.
The Pokemon live show.
Bro,
Yeah.
no. Stop, I'm jealous.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be in the hospital all day. Don't do this to me. My gosh. Well, Samantha, I hope y'all enjoy that trip that's happening next week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's
Well, we'll be there early before Worlds.
Right.
but
You're gonna be there for like 2 weeks or something
We'll
like that?
be there for like 18 days.
Oh
That's
my
like a long
God,
time.
Oh yeah, it's like 2.5 weeks. Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah, it's like a once in a lifetime.
Especially going to Japan. Oh my gosh, yeah, definitely for sure.
Yeah.
So hopefully y'all enjoy that, and I'm glad you got to play on stream, so you do get that pack. So thanks, Samantha, for the interview.
Thank you.
Alright, welcome back to the Forge's Obsidian Flames pre-release here. We are going into our final round, round 4. We have Paul here on the right at 3-0, fighting for that champion title against Max here, who is at 2-1. Max on the left, Paul on the right, and we're just getting our players shuffled up and ready to go. You'll notice Adrian had to leave us here. Adrian is working the night shift last night and tonight at the hospital, so he had to go take a nap. But yeah, Max here on the left, Paul on the right, and we'll get things moving here. Our players shuffling up, dealing out those starting hands. Looks like Max has a Togepi here to start, so he does have a basic. Paul on the other side, I think I saw a Toxel in hand. And we'll see how things go for these players. Setting out 4 prize cards. We'll see if Max is able to get that Charizard out this game. We featured Max here in round 2, and he had prized that Charmander, so wasn't able to get the Charizard out. But Paul starting here with the Absol EX. That's going to be a big Pokemon for Max to try to get through here. Max attaching a Fire Energy to that Togepi, and then using that Nest Ball, searching his deck. I think I've already seen the Charizard and the Charmander in deck. It's just going to come down to whether or not Max has that rare candy, and he's shaking his head. I think we've seen that rare candy get prized this game. So Max just going to have to go for that Numel here and start setting that up. Players shuffling up their deck now. He's got an Ultra Ball and a Togetic, and I believe the Camerupt already in hand, and he's got a Youngster for next turn if he's going to need to draw more cards, but just passing it over to Paul here. Paul has that Absol EX in the active spot and a Dark Energy to attach to it, so Paul is going to be able to use that Future Sight attack, look at the top 3 cards of Max's deck, and put them back in any order he wishes. Now Max drawing for turn, has that Numel, evolves that Camerupt, attaching an energy to that Togepi, evolving into the Togetic, and then we're going to see that Youngster come down for Max here, shuffling his hand into his deck and drawing 5 cards. We'll see what Max is able to get off of these 5 cards from the Youngster. You'd have to imagine he's hoping to get that Charmander down, getting a few things set up, maybe finding that Togekiss for next turn to evolve this Togetic. But it looks like we just have a couple of Fire Energy and a few supporters in that hand. So Max using that Togetic's attack to do 40 damage to this Absol and passing it over to Paul. Paul's got another Dark Energy to attach to this Absol. He's going to do that, but this Absol's second attack does take 3 energy to use, so Paul's just going to use that Future Sight attack again. Look at the top 3 cards of Max's deck and put them back in any order, trying to keep Max from drawing good cards. But Max does draw into a Fire Energy for his top deck, and he's going to play that Rhyme, which is going to allow Paul to switch his active Pokemon with one of his bench Pokemon, and allows Max to draw 3 cards. I think we're going to see Max bring another Numel down here and probably attaching a Fire Energy to that Camerupt as well. And then we're probably just going to see another attack from that Togetic for 40 damage. And that's what we see here, Max attacking with that Togetic onto Paul's Togepi and doing 40 damage. Paul draws for turn here. The interesting thing about playing that Rhyme card for Max, switching out one of Paul's bench Pokemon with his active, it means that Paul is not going to be able to attack with that Absol this turn. But Paul is still going to attach that energy to the Absol, make sure it's fully powered up, and just passes it over to Max again. Max plays that supporter card. Jacques allows him to look for 2 evolution Pokemon, put them into his hand, and he's going to find that Togekiss and that Camerupt. So Max in a very strong position here, going to be able to take a KO with that Togekiss and start moving some of that energy back to the Camerupts on the bench. But Paul does have that Absol fully powered up on the bench, and it's going to be swinging for 100 damage. It would do 120 more if Max had 3 or fewer cards in hand, but Max has a pretty good size hand here. So that Absol is not really going to be doing too much. How's it going, Ryan?
Oh, it's going.
We have Ryan in here filling in for Adrian after Adrian had to go take a nap. But we see Max ending his turn by using that Togekiss's ability to draw up to 8. And now we see Paul here attacking with that Absol. But it's not going to be able to take a knockout on this Togekiss. This Togekiss is weak to metal and not dark. So this Absol only going to be doing 100 damage here. Paul playing that youngster, shuffling his hand into his deck to draw 5 cards. And we'll see what he's able to put together here. He's going to have to start powering up another attacker here. Max's board is filling up fast and filling up with energy fast. He's going to have a lot of attackers going into these next couple turns.
As it's been proven earlier today, those camera ups are definitely dangerous in this format. Everyone's running a lot of energies, so they have a lot of potential.
Max finding that Charmander here on this turn. That Charmander, we know he's playing the Charizard EX, but we also know he's prized the rare candy. So can Max get to that rare candy, dig deep enough into his prizes to get to it, to see that Charizard EX come down? We'll have to see, but choosing to attach that fire energy to Togekiss and then retreat into this Camerupt. Camerupt can do 120 damage with its second attack, but if Max uses that first attack and both trainers or both players here discard their top card of their deck and it's an energy, it would take the KO, but I think Max is just opting for the safe route here, using that second attack to do 120, bringing this Absol to only 50 HP remaining. Max ending his turn using that Togekiss's ability to draw to 8. And we actually see that rare candy in hand here for Max now. I guess I thought that had been prized. He was kind of shaking his head when he was looking through his deck earlier. But he does have that rare candy. So just needs to find that Charizard here soon.
That'll be a first for the day if we see it.
Yeah. Gotta get that Charizard out. Use that Burning Darkness attack.
There's the retreat.
Looks like we see a retreat here from Paul, and he's going to be using that Call for Family attack on the Soul Rock, just trying to establish a better board state here in the face of what Max has going on the other side of the field.
I'm curious what he goes for in this call.
Yeah, I wonder, he's got to have some of that Togepi line in his deck. I see a Togekiss there at the front of the deck. So maybe it's just a matter of starting to find those Togepis, starting to like put together a little bit of a draw engine here. But he also needs another attacker, and we see that Darkrai coming down onto the field. That Darkrai is going to be doing 20 damage for 1 dark energy, and it puts the opponent's active Pokemon to sleep. And in a format like pre-release format where there's not a lot of ways to switch out of the active, sleep could buy Paul a couple of turns.
Yeah, that could be an essential stall right here.
We see Max have that Rhyme in hand to draw 3 more cards. Probably hoping to draw into that Charizard with it if he chooses to play it here, which I imagine he will. There's really no reason for him to hit into this Soul Rock. So that Rhyme will allow Paul to switch his active Pokemon with one of his benched Pokemon. No Charizard yet off that Rhyme for Max, but he does find a Camerupt, and just continuing to build this oppressive board state that Paul doesn't really have an answer to here. That Camerupt going to take that knockout on Lunatone, and Paul's going to have to figure out something to do here because Max's hand is way too big for Absol's second attack to be doing much damage.
I don't know if I would have made that call for the Absol.
Yeah, I think you got to send up the Darkrai here, but
and there's the game.
Paul extending that hand, conceding. He prized his Cloth EX, which is his other big EX card that he wants to play in this deck. And I think he probably just didn't have the Dark Energy in hand to be able to use that sleep attack from the Darkrai. And Max showing that his next top deck was the Charizard EX.
Oh, man.
And as soon as that comes down, that's definitely probably just game in pre-release format. So
this format, it's really tough to recover from.
Well played by both players. Paul not quite able to make it to that 4-0. Ty and Max there at 3-1. So stay tuned here. We'll be bringing Max in here for a winner's interview shortly. Welcome back. We are here with our winner's interview with our winner of round 4, Max Johnson. How's it going, Max?
Hey, it's going pretty well, Tom. Thanks.
Congratulations on that win, bringing yourself to 3-1. We didn't quite get to see that Charizard EX come out, though.
It was the next card.
I saw you play that rhyme. I was like, he's got to be digging for the Charizard. He's got the rare candy in hand and just missed by 1.
One card off. That's okay. I got it off in one game today, so I guess.
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you who don't know, Max is our Fort Wayne regional champion, seeing that Reggie Drago champion Matt out. So Max is going to Japan here, and you're leaving in, what, 2 days now?
Yeah, I leave on Tuesday.
So what are you excited about for Worlds besides just being in Japan in general?
Yeah, I'm just excited to just play against, like, the best players that the world has to offer, and see how I can stack up against all of them. Like, had some success this year, and I want to hopefully keep it pushing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're excited to see what deck you end up choosing to bring to Worlds and how you do, and hopefully you have a safe, fun, and successful trip.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thanks.
See ya.
See ya.
All right, thanks for tuning in to the Forge's Obsidian Flames pre-release today. We're going to be back at it again tomorrow at 1 p.m. So if you're feeling, like scratching that itch, open some packs early from this new set, feel free to stop on by the Forge tomorrow at 1 p.m. for their pre-release. Otherwise, we have normal league nights on Tuesday nights at 6:30 p.m. August 8th, we're going to have a league challenge here as well at that same time, 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday, August 8th. Otherwise, visit the Forge at theforgemn.com. Shop there, find the store's location, come out. This is a great place to play and shop and do all those fun things. So thanks for tuning in today, and hopefully we will see you in person next time at the Forge League.